very warm welcome to News and Flash column of 13th August 2021. It is presented to you by Law Seco. My name is Ankita Parida. Now let's proceed with this session. Our first news item is from Manipur. Ganga Prasad sworn in as Manipur governor. Ganga Prasad has sworn in as the governor of Manipur on Thursday at Raj Bhavan, and Ganga Prasad is also serving as governor to Sikkim, so this will be an additional post or charge to him. Chief Justice of Manipur High Court P.V. Sanjay Kumar administered the oath of office and secrecy to him. Moving to the next news item, 12th August is International Youth Day. International Youth Day is observed on 12th August every year and people celebrate it with full favor. In the year 1999, the United Nations decided to commemorate International Youth Day every year on August 12, which was based on the recommendation made by the World Conference of Ministers responsible for youth in Lisbon to United Nations General Assembly. Each year, United Nations decides a theme, and this year the theme is transforming food system, youth innovation for human and planetary health. This year, the day will be celebrated by United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs in association with FAO or Food and Agriculture Organization. Moving to our next news item, it is about the great scientist Vikram Sarabhai, whose birth anniversary was celebrated yesterday. Vikram Sarabhai, who initiated the India space research and helped develop nuclear power in the country, was born on August 12, 1919. He is also known as the father of Indian space program, and Vikram Sarabhai is also known for the establishment of ISRO, which is a very pioneer institution in itself today. Sarabhai stressed on the importance of space program in India and was given two highest honors by Indian government, that was Padma Bhushan in 1966 and Padma Vibhushan in 1972. Sarabhai is credited for putting the first Indian satellite Aryabhatta in orbit in 1975 from Russia. On the 102 birth anniversary, ISRO has launched a satellite known as the Eye in Sky GSAT 1 Earth observation satellite, but because of some technical default, there is a setback in the performance of this satellite. Moving to the next news item, as the Tokyo Olympics stays towards the end, 54-member Indian team leaves for Tokyo Paralympics 2022. So the team will have one of the brightest medal prospects like Devendra Jhajria, who has also won Paralympics gold two times before, that was in 2004 and 2016 in javelin throw, and he is seeking another gold from this year Paralympics session. Also, Mariappan Thangvalu will be going, and he is a player for high jump and a world champion in that. Also, Sandeep Chaudhary, who is also a champion in javelin throw, will be joining the contingent. India would compete in 9 sports, and Mariappan, who had won a gold in the last edition in the Rio, will be the flag bearer of the Indian contingent during the opening ceremony on August 24. The Tokyo Olympics will end on 5th of September. Moving to next news item, Israel opens diplomatic mission in Morocco. Israel foreign minister on Thursday inaugurated the country's diplomatic representation in Morocco, a symbol of normalization of the relation. Yair Lapid visit is the first to the country by the Israeli minister since 2003. It comes less than a year after Israel and Morocco reached a deal to establish formal ties under the US brokered Abraham Accords. Moving to our next news item, varsities merged for first time in Rajasthan. In the first instance in Rajasthan, a private Vedic university has merged with a state-funded Mohanlal Sukhadiya University in Udaipur. This is an unusual move, and this transfer or this merger has taken place in order to enhance the quality of education. With this transfer, all movable and immovable properties and human resources will be merged. The Kalaji Vedic University campus is built on 50 bighas land near Nimbhera town in Chittorgarh district, will come under control of Mohanlal Sudhya University following this merger. So this was all for today. Thank you very much. If you are interested in listening to podcasts, you can listen to our daily newspaper analysis You can listen them on Spotify, Google Podcast, Anchor, and uh, Apple Podcast. Thank you.